So, hello everyone. It's been a very long time since I've actually sat down and did a voiceover and made an actual video for YouTube. I say it feels like it's been a very long time, but it's probably only been maybe like a week or two. Anyway, we are here because one, I wanted to share this build with you from my save, and two, we have a lot of things to discuss. First off, starting with doo-doo, the name of the save I've been building in and what the Save File Diaries are covering is complete. Woo! Yes. That is me clapping, by the way. But yes, doo-doo version 1 is now complete and is up for download. I will include the link to the Tumblr post so you can read over everything and you can download whichever version you would like to. There is just one main version, version 1, but within that, there is one save that includes rental lots and another save that doesn't, because I wanted to make sure I don't break your game if you download my save and you don't have for rent. I don't know how that will work with switching over from rental to residential, so I have made two versions. Anyway, I just want to thank everyone who has been watching these videos, following along, whether it's on YouTube, over on Tumblr. Thanks so much, because it's been a very long process. You guys are mostly seeing the end part of things, because I've been working on this save for 3 years, and there's still work that I need to do, but yeah, here we are. But anyway, let's get into the build, because that's why we're watching this video. So basically, when it comes to this build we are working on, this is the Sulani Marine Research Center. I believe that's the official name I gave it in game. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, this is where we are. So when it comes to this build, the whole idea behind this was, if you have island living, you know there is a career that comes with that, the conservationist career. And personally, I've never played that career before because I don't really play in Sulani, I don't really play with this pack. But I thought if you did and you play the save file, it would be fun to have your sim be able to go work like off or like at an actual place, I guess. I thought that would be a cool touch because, again, I'm not really sure what this career entails, but I know Sulani in general, there's some events that happen here and there on the island, but I think it can use a little bit more as far as like things to do interaction wise to kind of encourage you to play in this world and play with this pack. So that is why we have the Sulani Marine Research Center. So your sims can come here and work on whatever they need to do for this career, build up some skills, and I thought it was just fitting for the world. So that's what we're working on now. We're mostly doing the outer shape. I did use a reference image of a real life research center, which I will post now, but that is what I based this whole build off of. And ideally, I would want it to be like an oceanfront lot actually out over the water, but due to where this lot is placed, and there are some lots that do have what I envision, but I already had other things there. So I did go in and add water around here, which I'm doing now, which kind of doesn't make sense because why would there be all this water this far inland? But let's not think about it too much. Don't think about that. Just think about how nice it looks, how or what vision I was trying to go for. But yeah, that's what we're working on now. And this lot was kind of scary because you might have noticed when I was placing like the little stilts, the game did not like that. It did not like that at all. But when I went in and play tested this build and everything, there wasn't any glitches, nothing to worry about. It was just when I was putting them down, it was kind of acting funny, but we're all good. Anyway, yeah, I'm just going around working with the landscaping, trying to figure out how this whole water situation is going to work. And as I mentioned, it does seem pretty goofy, but towards the end, let me know how you feel. Do you like it? Hate it? I thought it looked pretty nice. I thought it looked nice, especially when I go back and do all the landscaping and stuff. But yeah, so that's what we have now. I kind of go back and start adding in a bit more to the build because I'm gonna be honest with you, I had no idea what to actually put in here because I don't really know much about like what a marine research center entails, how it's structured, things like that. So I was kind of at a loss of like what I wanted to put in here, how I wanted to fill up the spaces, yada yada yada. So this was a build that took a long time. That's why you're just now getting the speed video. Because when I was going through this, the outside came along fairly quickly. But I had to take a break because again, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I'm pretty sure I took like a week and a half break between building the structure and actually furnishing everything. But sometimes you need that. That's just a little tip for you guys out there. Don't force anything. Don't be so quick to delete or, just scrap a build. Give yourself time. Give yourself a little break because sometimes that's all you really need. And then when you come back, you have a clearer vision. You're able to really understand where you want to take your build, what you want to do. And that's what happened here. After that little break, I came in, I was like, okay, I know what needs to be done, and I did it. So, yeah, that is where we are now. And then we have this little pool area back here because when I was looking at the reference images of the place I found that I'm basing this off of, they did have a little pool area. And I feel like that would be a little rehabilitation area for maybe maybe some aquatic animals that were injured or, maybe they were poached or whatever happened. I don't know, take your guess. But they're brought here, they're rehabilitated in the pool, maybe looked after, monitored until they're in a healthy enough state to where they can be returned to the ocean. So I added that there. I wanted to do the little crocodile effect that came with the pond items from, what is it called? What's that pack called? Cottage Living. But it didn't work, which is kind of a bummer, but I also expected that. But yeah, you can just use your imagination. I don't know, or maybe that's like the training area for the researchers before they're gonna dive. I don't know. I don't know why we have that pool, but it's there. Speaking of what we're going to be including in this, so when it comes to what this lot is set as, originally I had it set as a museum, but I wasn't really messing with that because when I went in to play test it, there wasn't really anyone coming here. So I decided to make it a vet clinic because when it comes to Doodoo, the save that we're working on, I kind of grouped up like all the worlds into, how can I say this, like sections or areas of the greater sim world. And Sulani is kind of on its own. And if you want to play like you're just living in Sulani, I was like, what are some lots that I should probably include so you don't have to go, let's say, Windenburg or Oasis Springs and break the immersion. So I went with the vet clinic because I thought that would be pretty handy. And Sulani is very natural, I guess, in tune with the wildlife of the area. So that made sense. So we have a vet clinic here. It works pretty well. Your Sims will come here in Sulani attire, I guess, that the game puts them in, or their swimwear, but I don't mind it that much. I think it looks really nice. The vet clinic runs well, and that's what we went with here when it comes to this build. Now, that is pretty much it for the outside structure. Now we're going into the interior, working on things. And while I'm just going around kind of getting everything set up, I guess I could talk a little bit about Doodoo. Yeah, so I'm really excited. I'm really happy that, finally finished or came to a good point to where I can put a pin in it for now. And version 1 is out there for the people to play. It's a very long process. Honestly, there was one point earlier this week where I thought, oh crap, did I break my game? Did I break the save? Am I going to have to, because I do a good job of saving or having backup saves, but the previous backup save I had was a while ago. So I was like, oh crap, did I mess up? Am I going to have to like lose a good amount of progress that I just made? But luckily, no. For rent, it gave me a scare because I was trying to go through and set the rentals and it just wouldn't work. But turns out it was just me being dumb and lazy. I had UI cheats in and I don't think I updated it, or maybe it was, I don't remember. It was either UI cheats or one of Twisted Mexi's mods, and it wouldn't let me set up the units in each rental. So luckily I took that out, I repaired my game just in case, and everything was fine. Everything was smooth sailing, there was no crashes, nothing like that. So hopefully when you play version 1, if you decide to play it, there are not any issues. Fingers crossed, knocking on wood, because yeah, I don't want that for you. But yeah, it was a long process to get here, but we're finally here. And to be honest with you, I am not touching doo-doo for a good while, because I've spent 3 years with this thing. We need a break. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it, but I need to give myself time before I actually go in and start playing with it myself, because I can't look at her anymore. She's very beautiful. I'm very happy for her that she's out here, but I can't do it. So in the meantime, I don't know, when it comes to this channel, I'll probably continue doing like builds and stuff and maybe uploading gameplay. I was thinking about doing a challenge. I kind of want to do the 100 baby challenge, because I feel like if I do a challenge, I want it to be something really fun and engaging, and that sounds very unhinged. So I think I will try that. But anyway, I'm gonna switch back over to the build, because I think we're at a good point to where I can actually start discussing what I'm doing. So here we are in the kind of welcome part, or welcome room, welcome center of the research center. I just wanted to be an area where you come in, maybe you need to, I don't know, register your school because you're here on a class trip, or if you need to go over to the vet clinic, this is where you come. Or maybe you're a visiting researcher, you need to check in. Anyway, this is where you would do it. And we have some nice little, I guess, sea life pictures posted around here. That nice little wave decal behind the desk. Kind of simple, yet, I don't know how to describe it. I love all the little details here and there. And then right now we're working on this aquatic display, because I was thinking at first of putting a fish tank here. I was like, wait a minute, this is like a marine research center, and it didn't seem right to have like this fish tank where these fish are kind of just trapped. Well, I don't know, am I thinking too much? Is it ethical to have fish tanks? I don't know. But anyway, I wasn't sure about that, so I was like, maybe we just do this little faux display, pretend like it's a fish tank, but it's just fake fish on the wall, so that way people can come by and maybe learn a little bit more about the fish, or like the marine life that's here in Sulani, without having to be like, oh wait, why are the fish locked behind this glass box? So yeah, that's what we're doing here. I go in, use tool to kind of add in the coral and the rocks and put the fish on the wall. And you see the little placards are still sticking out a bit. So it's like if you wanted to come and learn more about them, you can read it. I think I did keep that in there. Maybe not. Maybe I pushed those in the wall too. But if so, you can pretend that they're there and you can learn more about the fish. But yeah, there we are right there. Just taking some screenshots because I really like the lighting in here. It feels very warm, very inviting, like a very nice atmosphere. And then going around, adding in a little bit more details because we love details. We don't like to over clutter our builds, but we like it to at least feel a bit realistic. So adding in some curtains, little runners, computers, and I think I go in and also add some file cabinets. But yeah, I really liked how this turned out, because again, before I had no idea how I was going to do this build, but I think I think it looks nice. Let me know how you feel about it. Hate it? Love it? If you hate it, I'm sorry. It's already posted. It's already in the save. It's locked in. It's locked in. Speaking of posted, this build, along with, a good amount of other builds, are not on the gallery yet. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I kind of slacked when it came to uploading builds on the gallery. I was doing it as I went along, but life happens, things happen, so I need to play catch up. Hopefully, maybe over this upcoming weekend, I'll have uploaded all of the builds that are in the save, but as of right now, no, this is not. You can only find it in the save file for now. But yeah, we finished the Welcome Center, and now I'm just kind of thinking, okay, like where are we going to next? What else do I need to maybe include when it comes to this build? Bathroom, of course. We have a little small one here, because you need to do your business, right? Whenever you're in a lot, it's important that you can take care of your needs. And we have this little bathroom. Probably should have cut it out because it's just a bathroom, but I left it in there. Yeah. But yeah, very simple bathroom. Anyway, while we're working on that, how are you guys doing? I'm sorry if this is not, it is kind of all over the place. I'm a bit rusty. I haven't really been in this position in a while, but yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're having a good day or evening. There's a lot of exciting stuff apparently coming up in the Sims community. We have that Death expansion pack, which I think is very curious or very intriguing, because I thought that was going to be a game pack, but it's a whole expansion. So I'm curious to see what they're actually going to include in that. I have some kits coming out too, because yeah, we all love kids, right? But yeah, some things coming out as far as The Sims. And then you have my save file, of course. And there's a lot of cool saves coming out. So my friend over on Tumblr, I always butcher their name, but I'll just input it on the screen. It's La Sabarca Sims. They're coming out with a spooky save in time for spooky season. I'm very excited for that. You should check them out. I also know Pixel is kind of gearing up to release some stuff in preparation for, I guess, the first version of their save. Very cool, very cool. So yeah, a lot of good things happening in our community. A lot of cool things to look forward to. But yeah, so we finished up the bathroom. Now we're in, I guess, the main office of the research center. And Makoa from Sulani, I feel like he would be the head of this. So he works in the conservationist career. And when I think of this research center, I think it's something that's not funded by, like, it's not privately run, right? Maybe it's fully volunteer based, or they really rely on donations and like they're a nonprofit. So I feel like Makoa, he's been put in charge of this, and it's kind of stressing him out because, again, they don't really receive much funding. Like, sure, there's grants and stuff, but they have to put in a lot of work, not just to care for like the local marine wildlife and land animals, but they also have to focus on, okay, how are we going to keep this place up and running? Like, who do we need to talk to? What grants do we need to be looking at? There's a lot of stress that comes with this job and running this center. So right now, I believe I created a club so Sims will actually come here, because again, it's a vet clinic, but I also want them to be able to come and work on the conservationist career. So we have a club for that. And Makoa, he's the leader of that club. There's one other Sim. So again, very underfunded, not that many people working here. But if you decide to play, maybe you can have your Sim join and help Makoa out. Help them figure things out as far as protecting Sulani and maintaining its ecosystem. So yeah, that's why the furniture is a bit, I guess a nice way to say it is homey. You know, it's not all like state of the art desks, I guess. I don't know what that would be, like stainless steel desk. I don't know. But anyway, it looks like furniture they probably like had to gather themselves, probably bought from thrift stores or yard sales. So yeah, and now we're just going around. I think I'm moving on to the next portion of this build, which I thought it'd be nice to have a little cafeteria, especially if you have to work late nights or whatever. So you come in here, have a little bit of dinner. You know, make sure you write your name on your Tupperware. Don't want people stealing your food. But yeah, a little small little cafeteria I thought would be nice. Put in a few tables here so you can actually sit down and chat with your coworkers. And if you're playing as a conservationist and you come here, the door is locked. So only members of the club will come in here. So hopefully when it's running as a vet clinic, you won't have to deal with the vets doing anything but their job, right? Because when I was playtesting it, they love to come in here. They love to come in here, take out the trash, which was nice, but also not necessary. So yeah, this part, the office, and the other room beside this, which is more like the research room, is locked for everyone but the club members. So if you come here and you're not a club member, you only have access to the welcome center and the vet clinic part of the research center. So that's something to keep in mind. But yeah, just going around, nothing special for the cafeteria because again, not that much money. So the appliances are probably worse for wear, probably in desperate need of an update, things like that. A little fire extinguisher, some moldy chairs. But yeah, I like it. I think it looks very homey. It actually kind of makes me want to play, want to try out the conservationist career. Again, maybe I'll get to it one day, but that's kind of what my goal was for this whole save. I wanted to revamp the world so it would encourage me to play with worlds that I don't usually venture to. Because Sulani, I take my Sims there, like especially if they're on a honeymoon or like a family vacation, but it's not a world that I would play in as my main one. Same with like Glimmerbrook and even Windenburg. I love building in Windenburg, but I don't actually play there that often. So I'm hoping this save will kind of encourage me to venture out of my comfort zone and really work or really try to play with some of these packs, because I own all these packs, or not all of them. I own a good portion, but I don't really play with them. And you guys are probably the same way. So if you pick up this save, hopefully it has that same impact for you as well. Kind of push you out of your comfort zone, encourage you to explore some of the different worlds, because I think I did a good job of going in and really revamping them. You know, sticking with the original style, like what the Sims team probably envisioned, but kicking it up a notch, right? There's a lot of new things to explore. So Sulani, you got the Conservationist Center, which we're working on now. As you can see, the Research Center part of the build, where you can come in. You know, we got some computers set up. We got the little pet medicine machine, so you can come in here, get some pet medicine for your pets or make some. And this part we're working on right now, I was actually very proud of this, because when I was looking at pictures of like conservation centers specifically for marine wildlife, a lot of them had this little setup here where they had maybe like these tanks. So again, if they were maybe studying marine animals or if they were rehabilitating them, they would put them in these and they were on the tables. Obviously, we don't really have anything like that except these small little aquariums. But I thought putting the big ones there in the middle of the counter would be a pretty cool look. And then in live mode, I went in and added actual fish. So it really plays to that effect of like, okay, we're currently studying these marine animals, studying these fish, kind of seeing how they're reacting to the habitat, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. And I thought that was really neat. So I'm very proud of myself, currently patting myself on the back, because I thought that was a cool choice. It was a very cool choice. And then just going around and cluttering it up, because I really wanted it to feel like people are in here, you know, working all hours of the night and the day because they're very passionate about this. This isn't a gig where you make that much money from, especially because, again, these are volunteers. So they probably do have, you know, maybe some education, maybe some previous experience working in this field, but for the most part, they're being paid pennies. Maybe you have an actual scientist, or let me not say actual scientist, but maybe you have like a really top tier professional or researcher come in every now and then that like they hire and they pay top dollar for. But for the most part, like Makoa and the other people working here, they're not being paid much. They're doing this because they're really passionate about protecting Sulani and protecting the ecosystem here. So there's a lot of clutter and things, a lot of, I guess, dated furniture and machinery around here, which I thought really fits the vibe I wanted to go for. And yeah, I think it's looking really nice. And then later I go and add some laptops and computers so your Sims can actually, you know, research conservation techniques or whatever that interaction that comes with the career is, and work on anything else they need to work on while they're here. Then I'm kind of just going back and forth outside this little pool area, inside, just seeing what I can add here because it felt a little empty. And yeah, I'm just honestly jumping all around the place, and that's usually how I build. Sorry if that's annoying, but I'm a bit scatterbrained, and that carries over in The Sims. So whenever I find items, I'm like, ooh, this will go here, and I just go ahead and place it there. But yeah, just going in, filling up the space, making it look like people actually work, do the things in here. Wow. You'd think I would be better at this, because I think on my channel this will probably be video 21, yet I don't see how people can just like talk the whole time, because I feel like there's only so much I can say about a certain part of the room. But anyway, I gotta try, because this is a speed video. I'm adding commentary, so we need some commentary. So right now, just going around outside, adding some signs, because I thought we needed signs. This part was very tricky. I wish we had more like building signs in the game. I don't know, like if that was a kit, okay, let me not say that was a kit. It needs to come with something though. Like, I just need more signs, because the ones we had to work with, I was kind of struggling. I didn't know if that was really the vibe I was going for when it comes to this. But in the end, I think I don't know if I include it in this video, but I think I go back and change it. So yeah, I ended up coming up with something. But yeah, we have some signs to let you know this is the research center, of course, and then over there is the vet clinic if you need to go and get your animals checked out. Still just kind of hopping around all over the place, adding in things, because at this point I feel like, yeah, I understood what I wanted it to look like, what I wanted to include, but also I was still kind of figuring it out as I go. And that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all. And sometimes it's for the better. You don't want to overplan things, right? Because then that can kind of stress yourself out. If it doesn't go the way you want it to go, or if it's not how you envisioned it, you're like, well, dang, what do I do now? So sometimes it's good to just go with the flow. But anyway, I think we're done with the little research room. As you can see, I added in like the board, some shelving, all of that stuff to just give it kind of that cluttered, used vibe. That's the keywords for this video. Cluttered, used, underfunded, underpaid, passion, all that stuff. Now we're moving on to the vet clinic portion of the build. So this is where I was like, okay, I still have this room over here. I have no idea what I want to do with it at the time. I had no idea what I wanted to do with it. And then I got the idea of like, oh wait, I used the little medicine maker over here, so why don't I just start using the vet clinic stuff in this other side of the build? Because again, marine research center, so they're probably not looking at just the animals in the ocean, but also some of the wildlife that's on land. So we can have this here if they need to bring in, I don't know, some animals that need care and assistance. We'll have this section of the center for them. So that's how that all came along. So I go in, I add the pet surgery machine, and I add the little examination tables. And then of course we add some shelving, some counters to help fill in the space. But I wanted it to just be like the actual, I guess, like an examination room for the wildlife animals. In the other area of the build, that's probably more focused on the marine, the marine critters of the Save of the world. I think that was a good decision to make. Very good decision to make. So now we're back over here, adding some more clutter, because clutter. Again, they have a lot of work to do, so I wanted to add in a lot of files, notebooks, things like that. Because right now, I feel like when it comes to Sulani, it's still kind of, for lack of a better word, underdeveloped, right? So they don't really have much going on. It's mostly just the people living here. There's not really that many like restaurants and like museums and things like that. So it's underdeveloped in that way. So, but it's still also pretty good environmentally or environment-wise, it's pretty good. But with the other family, I don't remember their name, to be honest, but they're the couple, right? The guy with the glasses. That probably does not help at all. But if you know what I'm talking about, you know. With them, they're going in, and I feel like they're trying to turn Sulani into more of a tourist destination. And so they're coming in, they already opened up this really fancy resort with a spa and restaurant, and they have future plans to expand that empire, open more hotels, probably bring in more restaurants, buy up some of the property in the town center and turn that into Airbnbs or whatever. So they have a whole plan that they're trying to get into motion. So that's kind of the threat that is looming over Sulani, and maybe that's why these researchers are working so hard, because they need to show hey, this Sulani it's a very special place. There's a very special and delicate ecosystem here, and if you want to maintain these beautiful views, all this luscious greenery, the dolphins swimming up to you in the ocean, if you want all that to remain, we need to pump the brakes. And we can see the benefits of having people come here and spend money, but there has to be a more eco-friendly way of going about that. So I feel like the researchers here, they're working overtime in order to show that to the mayor, the couple that's trying to go around and purchase all this property, whoever they need to talk to. That's what they're trying to get. They're trying to get together some type of, plan or evidence to show that we need to be more careful about what we're doing in terms of development and things like that. So that's kind of the overarching storyline when it comes to Sulani. So that's why there's all these folders, files, things strewn around, because the pressure's kind of on right now, right? Pressure's kind of on. So we're still working in the vet clinic part of things. Again, I have gone in and play tested this. So the vet clinic works perfectly fine. Your animals, they come in, they're able to be examined on the table. I didn't check the surgery machine, but I'm confident that I left enough room that it should be usable. But now just going around, seeing what else I can throw up in here. I decided to wait, what am I doing now? Okay, going around. You see here? Adding the stilts. The game did not like that. It got very glitchy whenever I tried to do that. But it needed to be done. So I did it, and it's fine. It did not break the game, fortunately. It works fine. But now we are hopping outside because it was looking a little bit empty. Not gonna lie, the outside, it was looking very barren. Granted, we don't have any landscaping done yet, but I feel like decor-wise, I wanted to add a few more things around here. So we put up some signs. We have this little drawing thing over here, because I don't know. I feel like maybe the schools in Sulani, they like to come here a lot for a field trip, because I feel like everybody has that one place in their town, right? For me, it was this dollar theater that we would always go on field trips to. Like that, in the park, and then there's this museum in a city 30 minutes away. Those were the main places. If we ever needed a field trip, we knew it was one of those 3 places. And this is that place in Sulani. Oh, we need to go on a field trip? We need to take the kids somewhere? Let's go to the Marine Research Center. So yeah, they come here, draw some cute little pictures, get to see the animals and the fish and all those things, right? So very popular, very hot school trip destination. And now we're kind of coming to the end of the build. So yeah, right now everything is the way I want it to be. Again, I'm just going around and adding in the details. So I'm trying to figure out what signs I want to place. Is there anything else I can add to the walls? Anything else maybe to add on the counters or slot on the shelves? Just kind of going through that. And then this is where I check, like, okay, maybe this can also be an actual vet clinic. So I go back, add in the little check-in desk, the vending machines, things like that. But yeah, I think I might stop yapping in this video a little bit earlier, because honestly, I don't really have much to talk about when it comes to this build. I feel like I've discussed everything. Soon we're going to get into the landscaping portion of things, and for that, like I mentioned in previous videos, I'm starting to do this thing, especially when it comes to worlds that I don't really build in that often. I look around the world and I'm like, okay, how is the landscape? And then I just copy over what I see, and then I just try to imitate it in some way, or just mix and match things together until it looks like it blends in with the surrounding environment. So that's what you're gonna see for the next 10 minutes or so. But yeah, before I switch over to complete silence so you can just kind of vibe out to the music as I finish up this build, I want to say a few thank yous. First of all, I really want to thank you guys. So much for 98 subscribers, because wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much. You don't have to, but you did. I don't really ask for people to subscribe because, I don't know. Like I said before, I'm not really that pressed on making this a thing, if you know what I mean. Right now, YouTube is just something that I think is really fun. Just uploading and sharing my Sims and my creations and things like that. I mean, if it becomes something bigger, cool. But at the end of the day, it's just for fun. It's just vibing out. Speaking of fun and vibing out, I have been doing a lot of live streaming lately. So although there haven't really been any video videos, I do have a lot of live streams. I do usually save the VODs, and the people that come and hang out, it's been fun. Even though it's a very small, intimate gathering, it's been fun to meet other people who also enjoy The Sims, have a little bit of feedback while I'm building, because lots of the time I have no idea what I'm doing, to be honest with you. No idea what I'm doing, so it's nice to be able to ask right then and there and have people help out with that. Yeah, if you're interested in catching a live stream, I have no set time, honestly. I just do it whenever I feel like it. But usually you can expect a live stream during the weekend, most likely in the morning for me. But if you're in the United States or on the other side of the world, then that would most likely be kind of late at night for you. Maybe around 9 or 8. But yeah, that's usually when you can expect the live stream if I feel like it. Tonight, I'm probably going to live stream because I just want to. There's a lot I want to talk about, and I just felt like doing it. So yeah, anyway, again, thank you so much for all the subscribers. We'll probably hit 100 maybe by the end of this month or next month. If so, I feel like maybe I should do a special video. I have no idea what that would be. If you have any suggestions, let me know. But yeah, I'm going to stop talking now because my mouth is filling with saliva and that's gross. So thank you so much. Thank you for stopping by, watching this video. Whenever or wherever you're watching this, I hope you're having a great day, evening, or morning. And yeah, as always, don't be shy to say hi. I'm no one. Like I said, I'm just a very small being that's on the internet recording my pixels. So yeah, say hi. I'm a very friendly person. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna stop talking now. Okay, bye. I'm waving. Bye.